What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Aaron here. It is Monday the 4th of August. And how are you folks doing today?
We can skip that part.
How are you guys feeling in the market today?
Skipping.
Obviously, the prices have been depressed for 4 or 5 days now, and we haven't really seen any major bounce to the upside, guys. The markets, once again, is down by 8.2%. So I hope you guys managed to enjoy your weekends and maybe keep your crypto portfolio closed for the weekend. But as I told you on Friday's video, now is a good time to be dollar cost averaging into your favorite coins, and I'll tell you why later on in this video. Now, look, let's actually head over to what Arthur Hayes has been doing, because Arthur Hayes is a very well-respected exchange founder of BitMEX, and, you know, has long time, you know, a thought leader, especially in all things trading and reading the market in the macro economy, guys. And Arthur Hayes is saying that Bitcoin could retrace to $100,000 on macro headwinds. He also mentioned $3,000 as a level for ETH to head back to. Okay, now his concerns are more tariffs, a sluggish credit market, and slowed job creation. And with that, what I like about Arthur Hayes was he doesn't just say that; he actually put his money where his mouth was and dumped, you know, his positions. So as you can see here, he actually dumped nearly $5 million of Ethena, which makes it even more impressive that Ethena is up nearly 10% today, and $414,700 of Pepe, and $8.32 million worth of ETH, guys. Okay, so look, I'm sure he's got more crypto than that, let's be honest, but still, he must be a significant unwind, all of the same. But I've got better news for you guys, because Arthur Hayes is bearish, and that's fair enough. That's down to him. Let's actually see what DGen News here said. So Eric Trump said buy the dip. Okay, so he said this back in February, on the 25th of February, buy the dips. And for quite a number of weeks, people were wondering, why did he say that? Because we didn't see it really any difference. Okay, but Eric Trump obviously has the inside scoop with Donald Trump and, of course, what's going on in the White House. And he is very confidently saying it again, buy the dips. Okay, this is not now your favorite KOL or anyone. This is Eric Trump, you know, government from the US government telling you to buy the dips. So, you know, make of that what you will, guys.
I was worried we might be having money problems.
It's pretty crazy now in these markets when we have you know, government officials telling us to buy. But, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. Ash Crypto here as well, our good friend over on Twitter, and he's now actually just done a tweet here that says on the FedWatch tool that it's now 89% odds on that we're going to get a Fed cut rate in September. Okay, guys. Now, of course, that will generate, you know, a very positive, you know, momentum in the markets, guys, because it's basically removing interest rates and bringing them down, which means more and more people are going to actually take out loans, which means more and more people are going to spend money, which means more and more people will have money in their businesses, which means that more people will buy risk-on assets. Okay, guys. And so if this happens, it's going to be the green signal that you've been waiting for, that we are about to embark on a crazy bull run and hopefully a huge altcoin cycle. And look, if you've still been feeling bearish about your coins over the weekend, then stick with me, guys, because look, even over the weekend here with Ethereum, mega whales continued to buy through the whole weekend dip. Okay, so look, as you can see here, there was a wallet that was identified by Arkham Intelligence that they accumulated $300 million worth of ETH from the OTC trading at Galaxy Digital. Now, obviously, this is a big whale. That whale address holds 79,461 ETH, guys. Okay, so that's a significant amount of ETH that this whale owns. And not only that, the ETH ETF inflow at the moment this week has been better and is much better than the Bitcoin ETF inflow. So ETH is seeing a lot of demand at the moment. Institutional demand, guys, they're still coming in and they're still buying it up, which is fantastic. And as you can see, Crypto Rover here tweeted, and this was just an hour before I started shooting the video, guys, is that SharpLink Gaming associated address just bought another $105 million worth of ETH. Now, of course, Bitcoin, obviously, as well as the top token in crypto. But look, I think that these are opportunities, as I told you on Friday. We should be dollar cost averaging into our favorite coins, because if and when that Fed rate cut actually comes, that's going to be a crazy signal for our bags. Let's actually head over here and see what Artemis was saying. So Artemis is actually a project that, you know, basically shows you the best crypto metrics in the market. So do check out Artemis. It's good stuff here. Now, as you can see, since July the 18th, so only in the last 2 weeks or so, USDe has been getting a lot of attention. In fact, the change in supply since the Genius Act that went through on July the 18th has actually been USDe at the top of that. So it's had the largest amount of, you know, new USDe printed, and it's actually run all the way to being the third largest stablecoin in a matter of, you know, it feels like a matter of months. It's pretty incredible, guys, the huge run that USDe has seen. And of course, this is the company behind that is Ethena Labs. Okay, so if we actually head over to the CoinGecko here, you can see that Ethena despite all of the FUD, despite all of the crap that's going on in the markets at the moment, guys, you can see Ethena is actually up here 10% on the daily, double digits in a market like this. It's pretty outstanding stuff, wouldn't you say? I would say. And to be honest with you, if you actually head over here to the DeFi Llama, we can see that in literally the last 2 weeks, the TVL has almost doubled from 5.3 billion all the way up to where we are now, $9.35 billion. Okay, which again is incredible. It's seeing incredible signs of inbound. And of course, Ethena here is a synthetic dollar protocol that's built on Ethereum. Okay, why is this number going up? Well, basically over the next 5 weeks or so, there's a company here called Stablecoin X, okay, that's actually raising $360 million for the ENA treasury. Okay, so why does that matter? Well, there are some token unlocks coming up for the protocol, okay, and usually those are a bearish signal. But with Stablecoin X, and we're seeing this as a major trend of major tokens, that they are basically partnering with, public companies who are then going ahead and buying their token in significant amounts and then basically using that as a tool to basically have a less of an impact for these large token unlocks coming up. And we're also seeing that with Sui as well. Okay, so let's go further down here and see exactly what this actually means. So Stablecoin X, a new infrastructure company within the Ethena ecosystem, is going public through a merger with TLGY Acquisition Corp, securing $360 million to build a crypto corporate reserve anchored by the ENA token. Okay, now this news actually, guys, was about a week or 10 days or so ago. So look, at the time, the USDe token was a market cap around $6.1 billion, whereas right now we're already way over 10, around $11 billion, guys. So even since this article's come out, we've actually seen a doubling, of the market cap of the USDe token. Now, going further down here, and this is the bit that you really want to pay attention to. Starting immediately, $260 million in cash will be used to buy locked ENA tokens via a token purchase agreement. The Ethena Foundation will initiate a buyback of ENA tokens on public markets over the next 6 weeks of about $5 million a day, representing nearly 8% of ENA's circulating supply at current prices. So why is this important? Well, of course, this is going to get at least $5 million a day of daily buying to the ENA token. And of course, that doesn't take into account all the other buying action that's actually happening outside of the Ethena Foundation here. And of course, sales like Arthur Hayes' $5 million sale gets easily just sucked up by the Ethena Foundation here. So the goal is for Stablecoin X to build a long-term treasury by locking up this supply and never selling the token. So interesting stuff here, guys. Like to see, a synthetic stablecoin once again now start actually hitting levels of tens of billions of dollars. Of course, those who were here in 2021, 2022, a lot of us believed in the Luna ecosystem, which was also backed by a synthetic stablecoin, and that actually blew up the whole market. Okay, so let's have a little bit of caution when it comes to the USDe. But let me just explain to you exactly what is USDe, and because it's seemingly just come out of nowhere and is now getting significant market share. The good thing about USDe, guys, is that it actually gives you 11 to 12% APY. Okay, so that's pretty incredible. But how does USDC even work? That's what I want to explain to you today. So when users mint fresh USDe, they basically provide Bitcoin or ETH collateral, and then the protocol goes long on the underlying asset, such as ETH or BTC, and then opens up an equivalent short position on centralized exchanges. That's like Binance, Bybit, OKX. So this creates a net zero exposure to price movements, whilst also capturing funding rates. Okay, so that's basically in a nutshell how USDe is actually working. So it's a delta neutral strategy rather than traditional collateral backing like other stablecoins that are out there at the moment. At the end of the day, guys, there's no bank dependencies at all for USDe. So unlike USDC and USDT, there's no reliance on traditional banks. There's built-in yield generation versus yieldless traditional stables. And of course, it's backed by ETH and Bitcoin instead of traditional fiat reserves. And obviously, this is all transparent and on-chain. With that in mind, that is basically what USDC is, guys, in a nutshell. Obviously, for a daily video, we can't go into too much detail. But the ENA, obviously, the amount of inbound into the ENA token and the amount of USDe now that is being printed daily is really kind of shaking up the market, guys, in terms of the huge trend that we're seeing there. So look, guys, if you're holding ENA and you're feeling confident, then hats off to you. It looks like you're doing a good job based on the daily and what we can see from the on-chain data. Now, alongside the crazy amount of numbers that we're seeing now printing USDe, there's actually been $61 billion worth of new stablecoins coming into the market and being printed since January. Now, Actually, don't even just take my word for it, right? Let's see how excited institutions and major corporations are getting about the stablecoin market. Let's listen to what the Vaneck CEO here had to say.
It's just a feeling that for Bitcoin, it's digital gold. And I just say, listen, at some point, it'll be half the value of physical gold. And that's about $400,000. And I think we're just maturing our way there. I think over the last month, what's been amazing is the stablecoin news. And so I call the Genius Act the third most important piece of bank regulation in U.S. history, because you now can be a tech company and compete in the payments area. Throughout U.S. history, you needed to be a bank. Now you can be a tech company. And that'll take a year. It'll take 4+ quarters. But the revolution that's going to happen on Wall Street is incredible.
So there you go, guys. You heard it yourself. The Vaneck CEO calling Bitcoin digital gold, super bullish on all things Bitcoin, super bullish on all things stablecoin. And look, with the upcoming potential Fed cut rate happening next month, I think we've got a lot of reasons to be bullish, guys. These are just small headwinds in the grand scheme of things of where we're going in the crypto bull market. All right, look, guys, that's all I've got time for today's update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've been enjoying the videos, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. It will be great for us to be connected. And then if you hit the bell notification, we will always be first whenever I put out a video. And thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.